Imagine waking up tomorrow and everything feels completely normal, until you look outside and realize something is terribly wrong. The Roman Empire never fell. There are no modern countries, no United States, no United Kingdom, no France, just one empire ruling the world for over 2,000 years.
To understand this impossible world, we have to travel back nearly 2,000 years. At the height of its power, Rome ruled millions of people across 3 continents. Its roads connected distant lands, its cities became symbols of civilization, and its disciplined legions were feared wherever they marched. To many, the Roman Empire looked unstoppable. History tells us that every empire eventually falls. But what if, for the first time, history was wrong?
The truth is, Rome came dangerously close to disappearing more than once. Powerful enemies gathered beyond its borders, waiting for the perfect opportunity to invade. At the same time, the empire was tearing itself apart from within. Political rivalries replaced unity, corruption spread through the government, and ordinary citizens slowly lost faith in the leaders who were supposed to protect them. Looking at the empire during those difficult years, almost everyone would have reached the same conclusion. Rome's collapse was no longer a question of if, but when. Yet history is often shaped by a handful of decisions. What if, at the darkest moment, Rome made the right ones instead?
But imagine if, at the empire's darkest hour, one emperor recognized the danger before it was too late. Instead of pretending everything was under control, he confronted the crisis head-on. Corrupt officials were removed from power, honest administrators were promoted, and the tax system was reformed to ease the burden on ordinary citizens. At the same time, Rome invested heavily in rebuilding its military, strengthening its frontiers, and restoring discipline throughout the empire. Slowly, confidence returned. Cities became safer, trade recovered, and for the first time in generations, the Roman Empire was no longer fighting for survival, it was preparing for a new era of expansion.
As stability returned, the Roman Empire entered a remarkable period of renewal. Trade flourished once again, with merchants traveling safely across thousands of miles of roads that connected every corner of the empire. Bustling ports welcomed ships carrying goods, ideas, and cultures from distant lands, creating an economy stronger than ever before. Prosperity reached cities and villages alike, improving the lives of ordinary citizens. Education became one of Rome's greatest investments, producing generations of engineers, philosophers, physicians, and architects whose discoveries pushed civilization forward. Innovation spread rapidly through the empire, transforming infrastructure, technology, and daily life. Little by little, history drifted away from the timeline we know. Rome was no longer an empire struggling to survive. It had become a civilization preparing to shape the future of the entire world.
Peace returned, trade expanded, and Rome's roads connected every province like never before. Prosperity fueled education, innovation, and stronger institutions. Instead of declining, the empire entered a second golden age that would change the course of history forever.
As Rome secured lasting peace within its borders, its ambition shifted beyond conquest. Powerful fleets sailed into distant oceans, driven not by the desire to dominate, but to discover. New trade routes connected civilizations that had rarely met before, carrying spices, knowledge, inventions, and culture across continents. Every successful voyage strengthened the empire while enriching the wider world. Instead of endless wars, commerce and cooperation became the foundations of Rome's influence. For the first time in history, the ancient world was evolving into a connected global civilization, guided by a single empire that believed knowledge could be as powerful as any army.
Centuries of stability transformed Rome into a civilization driven by innovation. Engineers refined old inventions, while scholars expanded humanity's understanding of science, medicine, and architecture. Workshops evolved into centers of research, where practical ideas quickly spread across the empire through its unmatched road network. Every province contributed new discoveries, creating a cycle of continuous progress. Instead of relying solely on military strength, Rome's greatest advantage became its ability to learn, adapt, and improve. Generation after generation, knowledge fueled prosperity, allowing the empire to enter a new golden age unlike anything the ancient world had ever witnessed.
Rome's greatest expansion no longer came through conquest alone. Driven by curiosity, its explorers crossed unfamiliar oceans and reached distant civilizations. New trade routes carried goods, inventions, and knowledge across continents, creating connections that had never existed before. As cultures exchanged ideas instead of armies, prosperity spread far beyond Rome's borders. The empire's influence continued to grow, not because it fought every rival, but because it became the center of a
rapidly connected world.
Centuries of steady progress transformed Rome into the world's economic powerhouse. New inventions improved production, expanded cities, and created opportunities for millions of people. Innovation became part of everyday life as workshops evolved into large manufacturing centers. Prosperity attracted skilled workers from every province, strengthening the empire even further. Instead of slowing down with age, Rome entered an industrial era powered by knowledge, organization, and long-term stability, accelerating history far beyond the timeline we know.
A millennium passed, yet the Roman Empire continued to evolve instead of fading into history. Ancient traditions blended naturally with modern technology, creating a civilization unlike any other. Rome remained the heart of politics, education, and innovation, connected to every province by an advanced transportation network. Latin still united billions of people across the empire, while centuries of stability allowed prosperity to flourish. In this alternate world, Rome never became a memory. It became the foundation of modern civilization.
Everyday life looked very different in this alternate world. Latin echoed through classrooms, marketplaces, and government halls, while every child grew up learning the story of an empire that never fell. Ancient festivals continued alongside advanced technology, and Roman law still guided society. High-speed transportation connected every province, allowing people from countless cultures to live, work, and trade together. After centuries of peace, most citizens could no longer imagine a world divided into competing nations.
But even perfect empires must pay a hidden price. One government guided billions under a single system of rule. Local kingdoms slowly disappeared into history over many centuries. Many ancient languages quietly faded from everyday life forever. Regional traditions slowly blended into one shared Roman identity. Stability grew stronger, but cultural diversity became increasingly fragile. Some citizens welcomed unity, while others quietly questioned its cost. Peace often asks society to make difficult choices over generations. Every great civilization balances progress with preserving its unique heritage. That question still echoes throughout this alternate Roman world today.
So was this alternate world truly better than our own history? There was less war, but also far less political competition. Trade flourished across continents without countless national borders slowing commerce. Yet many unique kingdoms existed only in museums and old history books. Science advanced steadily through centuries of remarkable political stability, but powerful empires always carried the risk of concentrated authority. Every generation had to protect both freedom and lasting stability. History rarely offers perfect answers to impossible questions. Every choice creates new opportunities and unexpected sacrifices. Perhaps the greatest lesson is simply to keep asking these questions.
One decision could have rewritten nearly 2,000 years of history. A stronger Rome might have shaped an entirely different civilization. Some changes could have improved millions of lives across generations. Others might have quietly erased parts of humanity's unique story forever. That is what makes alternate history so fascinating to explore. It challenges how we understand the choices that shaped our present. History is filled with moments that almost unfolded differently, and every alternate path reveals something about our own world. Now the question belongs to you. Would you choose our history or Rome's?
So what do you think about this alternate timeline? Would this world truly be better than the one we know today? Or would humanity simply face different challenges instead? History rarely gives us simple answers, but imagining these possibilities helps us understand our own past. Now, we'd love to hear your opinion. Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this journey, please leave a like. Subscribe for more incredible alternate history documentaries. Until our next journey through history, thank you for watching.